What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So I already did a couple videos on this, but after some time I decided to do my full review of the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. So, throughout this time, I've been taking some notes and writing some things down so I can give you guys as much information as I possibly can. So, let's start off with the price of the phone. This is strictly for the S21 Ultra, since this is the phone that I have. I'm sure you'll get similar specs with the other S21 phones as well. But the price tag on this is $1,199.99. So about $1,200 for the phone here. Moving on, the screen, we have a 3200 by 1440p AMOLED display here. It's also I think 6.8 inches. Let me see. Yep, 6.8 inches. And it's a pretty nice looking screen. I have no complaints about it. The colors are pretty vivid. Looks great. The display, it's good for like gaming and stuff like that with the 120 hertz refresh rate. And even scrolling here, I don't know if you guys can see, it's pretty smooth. So no complaints. I usually have the 120 hertz on the whole time, as well as the resolution bumped up the whole ways. I want a 4K phone. I bought a 4K phone, so I'm going to use it in 4K. Now, I have no experience with this, but I have read some things about it being compatible with the S Pen. You can buy them separately, however, it does not come with the phone, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess it's just a way for Samsung to make more money. Let's sell it separately so we can make more money. It seems like everybody is doing these things now. Let's just make things separately. They don't include the headphones anymore, which, I mean, there's not even a headphone jack on this one, so I guess that makes sense. Pretty much trying to go true wireless. However, you do have a USB Type-C charging input with this phone, so pretty standard these days. Anyways, I said this in my other videos, and I cannot stress it enough because it is the biggest disappointment that I have with this phone, and there is no expandable storage. So, with that being said, I wrote down some different variations of the phone here, which you can buy. 16 gigabytes of RAM with 512 gigabytes of internal storage. 12 gigabytes of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage, and also 12 gigabytes of RAM with 128 gigabytes of internal storage. So it's just a real bummer for me. I do still love the phone, but you know, if I'm taking the 8K videos, it's gonna fill my phone up pretty fast, and I'm gonna run out of storage real quick. I don't really like using the clouds that much. I like all my things on an SD card. I don't know. Call me old school. I don't know. Is what it is, I guess, right? But we have a 500 milliamp hour battery. I have been on my phone pretty consistent today. It is now 3:17 p.m. and my phone is at 55%. So I'm going to have to plug that in. So a little midday charge there. pretty normal, again, even with phones of lower battery capacity, if you will, I guess. Let's see. Let's talk about the camera for a little bit. First off, on the front of the camera, we have a 40 megapixel front-facing camera, which we are also calling a selfie camera these days. So I don't really take many selfies, but it's cool to have a 40 megapixel camera. I mean, that's bigger than my R6 here. It's double, literally, the megapixels on my R6 here. Anyways, on the back of the phone, we have a quad setup camera. We have a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle for those nice little landscapes. Say you're a photographer and you use your phone. You don't use a mirrorless or a DSLR. You have a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera on the back there. As well as a 108 regular wide angle camera as well. You also do have two 10 megapixel macro lenses on the back of the phone here. Why they decided to put all that stuff in the camera? They're becoming big. People want good cameras these days, and Samsung delivered. You got five cameras on this phone here, and it seems to be a great camera so far. I don't do any of my recording or anything like that. I just use that camera as a quick pull out of my pocket, take some pictures of my kids, and all that stuff. And I have zero complaints. For more professional stuff, YouTube, actual going out on photo shoots, I prefer the mirrorless camera. Just my preference. Let's see, what other notes did I take here? I mentioned the video recording earlier, that you can do 8K. Yes, 8K video recording, but who's gonna watch 8K? So you'd be filling up your storage for no reason. The screen's not even 8K. But it is a good feature to have. Rather have it than not have it. But anyways, that is up to 24 frames per second. We do 4K at, 60 frames per second on this phone here. 1080p at 60 frames per second. And 720 at 30 frames per second. Moving on to the shooting speeds, we have super steady, which it looks pretty good. We can do 1080p at 60 frames per second there. Super slow-mo. Sometimes I like to shoot slow motion. Not often, but it's there in case I need it. That is 720p. I know, a real bummer. 720. I don't understand why that's even a thing anymore. 1080p should be the baseline. But anyways, we have that at 960 frames per second. And that's, once again, more than what my camera can do. My R6 can do 120 frames per second in slow motion. And it looks pretty crispy. I have not tested the slow motion out on the phone yet, but I'm sure it will look great. Regular slow motion we can do at 1080p up to 240 frames per second. Once again, better than the R6 here, and I spent a lot of money on that camera. And we can do hyperlapse in 4K video resolution at 30 frames per second. This phone is water resistant at IP68, so I personally don't like to just let my phone hang out in water, but hey, you might be different. I don't know. But in case it does get wet, you'll be fine there. Don't have to worry about throwing it in some rice like the old days. You know, whatever. All in all, that's it for the notes here. Do I think it's worth the upgrade? I'm still not completely sold on it, I'll be honest. I got it because why not? I'm on a phone plan. The old phone was slowing down. New phones are always going to be speedier. If you're buying it right out and you already have the S21 Plus or the S21 Ultra, I would say just hold on to that and wait. Wait till the next model. See if they do more interesting features on that. However, I do love the phone. It is a great phone, and it is part of my everyday life. I use it for work, I use it for entertainment, and I use it to capture precious moments of my family and having fun. And it is great for all of those things. Just, if you already have one, I wouldn't say it's worth the upgrade. So, I'll leave it at that, guys. Let me know what you think of the specs. If you think it's worth the upgrade, what your experience is with it, down in the comments below. And also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. And make sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.